scrolled through LinkedIn, seen someone else's post with hundreds of likes and thought, how do they do it? How do they do that? Well, the secret is in the engagement. And LinkedIn rewards posts that get people talking. And with just a few tweaks in your strategy, here's how you can get there too. Welcome to this week's Rocky Mountain Marketing Quickcast. This is your go-to source for actionable advice and the latest news in social media and digital marketing. Every Thursday in just 8 to 12 minutes, I'm going to be delivering quick, impactful tips to help you stay ahead in the fast-paced digital landscape. I'm your host, Katie Brinkley. Let's dive into today's episode. Welcome back to this week's Rocky Mountain Marketing Quickcast. Today we're going to be talking into one of my favorite platforms, LinkedIn, and we're going to be talking about engagement. Yes, it is one of those big vanity metrics of engagement and followers, but honestly, engagement is so important because the more people that engage, the more people are going to see your posts. That's just how it is. And LinkedIn is more than just a networking platform. It's more than just a place to search for a job. And I think that if you're a regular listener to the show, you should know that LinkedIn is an amazing place to talk about and grow your business. I'm a huge fan of it. When you're using LinkedIn the right way, it is an incredible tool for building out your personal brand, expanding your reach, and really positioning yourself as a thought leader. But here's the deal. If you're just posting and hoping for the best, you're leaving a ton of potential on the table. And as you know, if you're going to be posting anything, might as well have a strategy and a goal behind each and every post. That is the secret sauce to posting less on social media. In today's episode, I'm going to be breaking down 9 key strategies to help boost your engagement on LinkedIn. From profile optimizations to interactive posts, these tips are designed to help you build a meaningful connection with your audience and stand out in a sea of competition. So let's dive right in. All right, so let's start with just understanding LinkedIn engagement. It's not just about getting likes or views, it's about the interactions. We're talking about comments, shares, and even clicks. So if someone just clicks on your post to have it fill up their full screen, if you have a carousel and they click the next button, all of that matters. Why does it matter? Well, LinkedIn's algorithm loves engagement. So the more you get, the more people see your content. Think of it like this. LinkedIn engagement is your fast track to more visibility, credibility, and connections. So to measure engagement, we're going to do a little math here today, folks. So it's really simple. Engagement rate equals total engagement divided by impressions times 100. So if a post gets 1,213 likes, comments, and shares combined with 7,000 impressions, your engagement rate is around 17.3%. I had to do the math before this episode so I could give you exact numbers. So again, it's total engagements over total impressions times 100. Keeping an eye on this metric will help you see what is working and what isn't. All right, so now that we know how to measure our engagement rate, let's talk about your profile. The first impression that people get. Make it count. You want to start with having a good headshot that shows you. Profile photos get way more views and connection requests. So people see that first. That is your first impression. Up next is your headline. Instead of just putting your job title in, use it to communicate your impact. So don't just say marketing manager, marketing strategist driving growth for startups. Mine says elevating CEOs to become thought leaders and industry disruptors. So make sure that your headline says exactly what it is that you do that helps you stand out from a sea of competition. And don't forget your summary. Think of it as a mini story. Share your mission, your key skills, career highlights, wrap it up with a call to action, something like, let's connect to discuss your social media strategy, or let's connect to talk about your podcast strategy. Make sure that you tell people what it is that you want them to do next. This is your first impression to a new audience. So if it's been a while since you gave your LinkedIn profile a little bit of love, maybe to this weekend, go ahead and spend half an hour updating it, making that headline stand out, and making sure that you have a good profile picture. Again, this is your first impression. All right, so now that your profile is optimized, let's talk about content. Maybe I should have switched numbers 1 and 2, but let's talk about content. If you want to be seen as a thought leader, you need to share valuable insights. And this could be commentary on industry trends. It could be research or recent developments. So if, for example, this has not happened, let's just say that TikTok gets banned. I should absolutely be talking about that on my profile, whether it's me talking about an article that was shared from the news or anything like that. This is your opportunity to showcase that you are following the trends in your industry and you have an opinion on them. And don't stick to just one format. This is one of the secrets. I don't even know if it's a secret anymore. If you're doing the 4-post strategy, or if you've heard me talk about it, it's shaking everything up on these platforms and posting a variety of ways. So LinkedIn, like all the platforms, love variety. So mix it up between text posts, polls, images, videos. They even have their own little shorts feed, LinkedIn newsletters, carousel posts. Carousel posts tend to get higher engagement. So, and again, side note, there is a LinkedIn Reels feed now or short form video feed. They want it to take off. There's its own little icon at the bottom of your app now. They launch something new, jump on it at the beginning because they're trying to reward people. So the time of this podcast episode, start putting out some short form videos onto LinkedIn. All right. So, but you're going to want to try and experiment with different styles. Try doing a quick checklist. Again, the 4-post strategy is designed so that you are posting a variety of ways on these platforms. If you're doing the 4-post strategy, you're checking the boxes. So you're doing it right. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, this is your first time listening to the podcast, check out The Social Shift. You can get it on Amazon. It's available on Kindle version, hardback, paperback. It's available all the ways. If you don't want to go through Amazon, send me a message. I'll send you a book. We can figure it out. But I talk all about the 4-post strategy in there, and it's designed so that you post a variety of ways on each platform. All right. So number 4 is consistency. Consistency is everything. Whether it's social media, an email, a podcast, consistency works. Aim to post at least 3 to 4 times a week to keep your profile active and signal LinkedIn's algorithm that you are an engaged user. For me, this is my posting cadence. I post Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday I do an article that's a repurpose of this podcast. I post 5 days a week. You don't need to do that. 3 to 4 times a week is all you need to do. Engagement goes both ways. So if someone's commenting on your post, comment back. Again, if you have a busy week, you don't have time to create content. There's going to be time where you can sit in your bed at night or you're waiting in the carpool lane, whatever it is. You can open up your phone and engage with the platform for 10 minutes. Engagement matters. Comment on other people's posts, comment on people who have commented on your posts. That is where the magic happens. All right, next up, LinkedIn has a few features that you should be using if you're serious about engagement. I'm telling you guys, polls, try them. They're an easy way to get feedback, get increased visibility. Every time someone votes in your poll, that counts as an engagement. You can even pin them to your profile to boost engagement. So they're a great way to boost your engagement. I start every Monday off with a poll, and sometimes it's for my 4-post strategy, but sometimes it's to create ideas for content for this podcast. I'm ask people what they're struggling with, what their problems are. Ask your audience. Polls are a great way to do that. And LinkedIn, like I said, it's one of my favorite features that not very many people are using. Let's take a quick break. I have to tell you about something that I'm super excited about. If you've been podcasting for a while and you want to start actually making money from your show,
You are going to love this. I have an upcoming masterclass where I'm going to teach you exactly how to land top paying sponsors, even if you have a small but loyal audience. It is time to stop waiting for sponsors to knock on your door and start reaching out to the ones that really want your audience. Ready to make it happen? Head to katiebrinkley.live/RMM or head to the link in the show notes. Grab your spot today. All right, let's get back to the show.
Another tool, so if you're sitting here and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I don't see all these options you're talking about, Katie. Well, creator mode. You need to turn on creator mode. It is another tool that really places a spotlight on your content. And if you're looking for real-time interaction, you want to go live on LinkedIn, you want to do one of the LinkedIn audio rooms, switching on creator mode is going to help. All right, moving right along with today's QuickCast. Engagement is about connections. When sending connection requests, adding a personal note explaining why you want to connect is everything. I know LinkedIn has a serious spam problem right now. It's bad. And there's a lot of people that are just showing up in the inboxes trying to sell you. There are so many opportunities for you to make valuable connections on LinkedIn, but you have to go in with intention. Look at somebody's profile before you send a connection request and engage with influencers or power partners in your field. This is one of the best ways to get visibility on a power partner's content. So, for example, you guys know I've talked about her a lot. Carol Bardassano, she is the digital buzz over on Instagram. She has since retired, but she and I had a very similar audience, but she sold courses. I did not sell a course, but we have a similar audience. So I would comment on her posts. She would comment on my posts. And by having this kind of, hey, I'll help you in the algorithm, we were both getting visibility on each other's content with the ideal client and customer. Engaging on other people's content is a great way for more visibility, and it's kind of the pay it forward approach. If you're commenting on their content, it helps them in the algorithm, and you're also getting more visibility for more collaboration opportunities and connections. All right, we're moving right along here. So people connect with people, not perfection. Share the wins, but also share the challenges and the setbacks. So Kenya Kelly, she's been a guest on the podcast before. Haven't listened to that episode, go back, listen to it. It is a really good one. She is TikTok short form video expert. But what I love about her, follow her on whatever short form video app you want to. But what I love what she does on Facebook is she is very, very raw and authentic. She shares, hey, I just got rejected for another speaking opportunity. She shares all the wins and all the setbacks, and it helps people realize, hey, look, I'm applying to a lot of these different conferences. I'm doing all the things. This happened to me. And when you share your vulnerability, the obstacles, how you overcame them, people will relate to you. This approach makes you more relatable and builds trust with your audience. Sharing behind the scenes content, a glimpse into your workday, it humanizes your profile and makes followers feel closer to you, like they already know, like, and trust you. And then when you meet them in real life, it feels like you are meeting a friend. All right. And last but not least, don't be shy about encouraging engagement. End your post with a question. Ask a question, seek opinions on an industry topic, or even welcome a debate on a trending issue. I recently posted over on Facebook, true or false, reading a book is the same as listening to a book. Got a whole bunch of people with their opinions in there. That when you invite people to engage, they're far more likely to comment, share, or just react for your talk, or even just react to your content. All right, as we wrap things up, boosting engagement isn't just about posting more. It's about posting smarter, having a strategy, knowing what your goal is for every single post. Starting by optimizing your profile, sharing valuable insights, engaging with others, and being authentic all play a huge role into creating meaningful connections on one of my favorite platforms. So here is my challenge for you this week. Choose one of these 9 things I talked about. Maybe it's starting to add a poll on LinkedIn. Maybe it's updating your profile. Maybe it's changing out your headline, or maybe it's starting to engage with your audience more. See how it impacts your LinkedIn engagement. You don't need to be everywhere, doing all the things, posting all the time. You have a business to run. Focus your time on being strategic on social media, and I promise you, the engagement will come.
Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. I hope you're leaving with valuable insights and the inspiration to lead your market. If you've enjoyed our time together and found today's podcast episode useful, I have a small favor to ask of you. Please hit that subscribe button to stay updated with the latest episodes. And if you know someone who could benefit from these episodes, maybe a fellow business leader or an aspiring entrepreneur, go ahead and share this episode with them. Let's spread the knowledge and grow together. Also, I'd love to hear from you and continue the conversation beyond the podcast. Visit me at katiebrinkley.com to connect, to find more resources, or just to share your journey. And be sure to pick up your copy of my new book, The Social Shift, at katiebrinkley.com/book. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Katie Brinkley, and I can't wait to dive into more strategies and stories with you on the next episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. Let's keep on taking your marketing to new heights.